Hey, what's up everyone? It's Duskmos, and today I'm here with the Strymon BigSky MX. Let's check it out. So I'm really excited to have the BigSky MX on the table here today. This is, of course, the new update to their BigSky, one of the absolute legends, one of the GOATs for reverb in the electronic space, now updated in this new MX version. Of course, in this new updated version, it's bringing the sounds from the original BigSky, but it's also bringing in some of that kind of choral stuff that you can get from things like the Cloudburst. It also has the ability to load impulse responses, so mappings of real spaces in this pedal, which is just absurd and really cool. And one of the biggest updates, I think, in my opinion, is the ability to run two reverbs at once, so you can stack them and really develop interesting sort of reverberated space. This thing also has super updated computational power. It's like a 800 megahertz tri-core something. It's faster than my first computer that I had in high school, which is just, it's wild. We're in a new era, and it's really impressive. You can also see this much updated screen here with a lot more information. Of course, you've got some familiar, mode selectors and control knobs. But because this is a primer video, I'm not going to go all into every little bit of the nitty-gritty, but I did think it would be a worthwhile endeavor to just kind of scan through some presets and get an idea of what we're working with here. So real quick, setup-wise, you can tell I'm going in stereo, coming out stereo, using the OP1 field from Teenage Engineering, and it's going into the BigSky MX and then out into the TX6, also from Teenage Engineering, and then out into the camera. I got a couple weird little loops that I've made on the OP1 that we'll be using as our source material, and that'll give us a good sense of what this thing can do. So you can see I'm on 0A, so it's the very first bank in the whole shebang here. And I'm going to play my clean pattern, this first pattern anyway. Kind of a weirdo thing, but I think there's enough there for the reverb to chew on. So let's try it out. I'm going to move pretty fast, so let's just get into it. You can turn the knob to jump presets. Like that. You can also see it went from A to B. So we're in 0, A and B. So if I go back one, you'll see it's A. But you can also, instead of turn the knob, if you want to get into two banks of number 1, well, 0, you just can do it like this. Which is really cool. You can see when you change the values, they're represented here. The old value is the little caret below where the preset had it saved. And these, parameter 1, parameter 2, change those. It tells you what it is on the display. Which is really cool. Super intuitive. And as you can see, these stay universal, so like decay, pre-delay, tone, mod. Etc. Alright, let's go to the next one. You can really hear that springing. It's very ethereal. You can push this for the different parameters if you want to jump through. You see you've got a lot of options here. That one's cool. I'm gonna mute a track here. Let's work with that for now. And that's really cool. That's another thing that was brought into the MX. There's some delay as well. And you can hear it ping-ponging. Very cool. I mean, come on. That's amazing. Of course, there's MIDI too, so you could sync this kind of stuff if you wanted to. So those like chops could be in time. There's also freeze in the BigSky MX, so you can do cool stuff like this. Which is a whole lot of fun. You click in the little preset controller knob here, and you can see it lets you hop between the different reverbs. This has two stacked, a non-linear and a spring, and this is in series. Oops, I changed that. Still learning how to use this, but like I just changed that to plate now, to impulse, to chamber. So you have left, right, right, left, parallel, turn off the second one. There's lots of options for how they're routed and how the stacked reverbs work together, which is also super, super cool. So these are, of course, more subtle for just adding a nice room sound. But of course, you know, if you watch my channel, I tend to go for the dramatic. That one's nice. And this one's pretty dramatic. Let's see what the freeze does on this. So you can hear it kind of holds onto those grains. Smears them a little bit. Very cool. This one really is girthy chords. Whoever named that. Props. So this one you've got some detune going on. Lots of delay in this one. Got some mod going. Kind of cut the high end out a little bit. You can see lots of crafting, customizing you can do with these. All right, next preset. Like, this is pretty wild. So you can probably change tuning on this. Yeah, so we got octaves you can see, plus a fifth. Let's go down. That's nice. So we can modify with this one. Pretty crazy. You can really, this thing's deep. Whoa. That was nice. Let's bring in our tracks. Sounds pretty wild on the drums. Want to get down with the thickness? Very big room here. Whoa. Yeah, super filtered, super spacey. And then you jump to this thing. All right, I'm gonna stop this pattern because we've heard it a lot. Let me jump to the other one. Okay, bypass, and we'll hear this one clean. No drums in this one. It's a little more ominous, but I like it. All right, let's go ahead and re-engage. Let's hear some Big Sky on it. That's cool. I already picked a good one to jump to this pattern on. All right, next preset. Oh yeah, stutter thing. Hold that loop. Crazy. I like that. Really nice swell. And delay. Madness. Oh my gosh, it sounds like a horror movie kind of. Definitely a lot of looping or delay here. Rootsy skank. Oh, that's a preset name. Insane. Crazy stuff. Whoa. I just watched The Last of Us, and I'm picturing those creepy fungal zombies making this sound. I don't like it. This is cool. Very stereo. If you have headphones in, you'll really be feeling that right now. So much to like here. This thing is nuts. I mean, I honestly, like, I would write on here, like a reverb computer, because I feel like that's what we're working with here. That one's cool. You see a very, very long hold. 20,000 milliseconds. So it should be 20 seconds, which is just crazy. In fact, I'm gonna let this charge up and then stop it. And it's just gonna decay for days. Crazy. Well, super vocal. Very vowely. Ooh, it's a reverse one. Yeah, that's trippy. Yeah, what I'm finding about the BigSky MX, I've never had the BigSky first gen, but the Night Sky and the Cloudburst, and but what I'm finding is I feel like this does a great job at subtle stuff, but then it also seems to really exceed at the crazy as well. And I feel like you don't usually get that in a lot of pedals. So it's nice, lots of range. Whoa. This reminds me of a video game. I had a like Nintendo 64. I think it was like Robotron 64. There's a lot of like vocodery vowel stuff. Sounds very much like that. It's cool. See if we can get to 50. I'm on 44. Did I skip one? No. That one's cool. Sounds underwater a bit. Very cool. I'm liking the magneto stuff. This one. Oh, and the nonlinear. It's definitely the weirder end of things, but very cool. Oh. Little did I know that 50 is where the blanks start. So there we go. Let me end on one with a nice decay. There we go. Well, I don't know if you can tell, but I am into the BigSky MX. Really excited to see what this thing can do. Really put it through its paces. I've been jamming with it. I've had it for a couple weeks now. And yeah, I made my own presets on here further in the... I wanted to stay away from the built-in ones because I knew I wanted to go through them on video here. But yeah, it's really fun getting your hands dirty and playing with, you know, having two stacked reverbs and how they interact with each other and all the parameters, and there's just a lot to dig into here. And of course, sounds fantastic, has the Strymon quality that we all know and love. Of course, if you're interested in seeing more of the BigSky MX and other fine pedals and devices, definitely come back. And shout out to the fine folks at Strymon for sending this out for me to demo on the channel. I really, really appreciate it. I absolutely am a huge fan of their stuff, and yeah, like I always rave about, like, the Volante is one of my absolute favorites, and I'm sure I'll do a layers where I pair that up with this. Anyway, on that note, thanks so much for watching. Catch you next time.